dress into this category, we can start to see how we create a nonverbal communication through our identities. And when we look at dresses, we're looking at more than just the clothing that we put on our backs. We're looking at the entire assemblage of modifications to the body and or supplements to the body. So that not only includes the apparel that we wear, but also anything that we do to the body, including any dieting, any tattooing, how we style our hair, any modifications we may make through liposuction, through piercing the ears, through perfumes that we wear, through liposuction. And we do all that in order to create part of our identity.
The impact of colonialism on an aspect of material culture as narrow as clothing associated with the primary indigenous groups in the highlands really means unpacking history, unpacking gender relations, unpacking resistance to and simply ignorance of Spanish colonial norms and ideals, much of which didn't have much impact, right, on the indigenous majorities, especially in the rural areas, right? So Spanish colonists tended to stay in urban areas. They tended to stay in places that they considered fashionable. They considered the center of civilization in Peru and Bolivia and places like this, which meant that there was relatively little interaction and a real lack of intense interaction between the elites who were saying that these are the norms and ideals, right, for family organization, for clothing, for gender roles, etc.
Another main point that I wanted to offer, have you guys heard of the term zeitgeist? Yeah, it's spirit of the times. Here's a whole bunch of words here, but basically it's we don't just wear clothing because we like it. We do, but we wear things that talk about our times. Right now we wear a lot of manufactured fabrics. They're not handmade. We're not wearing pineapple cloth because most of our clothing is made in the developed world, right? In factories and things like that. So our clothing tells us a lot about the time in which we grew up and the time in which we lived. And it changes over time. So that one of the benefits to younger adults is they can learn about different times. And another benefit with younger adults and with great intergenerational relationships is that they also can benefit from the wisdom of older adults. Older adults can not only give them personal advice, but advice about the times they lived in, what worked, what didn't.
Old-fashioned and then through the modern lens. We want to use the current view to see those old style. The first outfit you can see is 50s, the bridal gown. And it's kind of close to current, but a little bit changed because the material has been changed. The fashion sometimes is related to the material developed. Like my person, I like the new style, new performance fabric. I wish I can win my own.